Introduction by Clare Westmacott. I am the granddaughter of Klara Mehlich, who wrote this diary, and the daughter of Lotte, for whom she wrote it. My grandmother, Klara Mehlich, wrote this diary from December 1940 to November 1944, while living in and around Cologne. She wrote it for my mother, who was married to an Englishman, Jack, my father, and living in England. This is an account of her life during the war years, and my grandmother hoped that, if she were unable to give it to my mother herself, that it might somehow reach my mother one day. They both survived the war, and eventually the diary was given to me. My grandmother came from a colourful background. She was born in 1889, the daughter of a farmer's daughter, who, as family law has it, ran off with a bareback rider when the circus came to town. As a child, my grandmother travelled extensively to cities all over Europe, including St. Petersburg and London. They were a large family, and she lost several brothers in the First World War. She was a lot younger than her husband. He was an artist and professor of art in Cologne, and she had been one of his models. He was born in 1874 in Cologne, the son of a sculptor who came from the Saarland to work on finishing the cathedral. My grandfather's first lessons were from his father, and between 1897 and 1908 he was the pupil of Eduard von Gebhardt at the Dusseldorf Academy, and master pupil of Peter Janssens. As a student, he travelled to study in Berlin, Munich, to the World Exhibition in Paris in 1900, to Belgium, Holland and Italy. The Italian trip was the result of winning a prize to study there for a year. His province was the painting of historical, religious and monumental works, and his work was displayed in several cities in Germany, including Berlin. One of his early murals, painted in 1902, was a ceiling painting. Prometheus brings the heavenly fire, the truth of art, and the light of perception to humanity for the Opera House in Cologne. He was responsible for large murals in many churches and secular buildings, one example being a mural in the Treasury Hall of the Nassauer Landesbank in Wiesbaden, painted in 1915. He was a highly regarded portrait painter and belonged to a circle of artists known as Der Stil. He was appointed as a teacher to the Cologne Arts and Crafts School in either 1912 or 1914, and became professor at that institution in 1923. He retired in 1936. Many of his paintings were destroyed in the war.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?